Okay, I've gotten my paints together. Old burnt umber brown, and it's quite fluid in there. It's good to go. And another country heard from. I'm going to use, this is folk art linen, and that's the color. I'm going to use that for putting some of our wood grain striations in there. And then I've got a vanilla ice cream that I may use if I need to lighten some of the brown. So we're going to start with that, I believe. We're going to start with our brown. And I've got a cup of water here to rinse my sponge brush that I'm using for the more squared off parts, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put a little bit of this brown into my cap here. And I'm probably going to have to go over this twice. I'm hoping not, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need to. Okay, let's see, what have we got here? I want to touch, and I hope my head doesn't get in the way here. I'm going to go back and redo the striations, but I want to get my basic color down. Okay. I know that this cup is much further along than it was when we ended the video before. Explanation on that is this has taken a while to do. And to put that all into one video, I know y'all wouldn't just sit still for it. So I went ahead and did other aspects of this so that you could see more toward the finished end of it. I told you that I would show you a picture of what the book cover looks like. And I'm grabbing that and knocking things all over the floor here. And this is the book cover. Let me get that as close as I possibly can. Yeah, that's the book cover. And this is our tumbler. Now, I know that the heart still needs to have some detailing on it, which is the lock. I also am going to touch up the bottom of this trunk with some white chalk paint, and I'm going to recolor that this green, because this shouldn't be a straight line here. I know this isn't perfect to the actual book cover, but it's as close as I could get. So yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. One more look at the book cover. So the coloring is a little different, and I'm seeing that now, but I still think that I pretty much captured the essence of it. So I'm going to, just for the sake of showing you, I'm going to put, where the heck is my white pen here? Here it is. This chalk pen marker. Focus you. I'm going to just dot the bottom of this, and it'll dry rather quickly because it is chalk. What I did was I got this image off of Google Images, which is exactly the same as what's on that book cover, as well as these knots, which is not a perfect match, but it's as close as I could get. Now, I did try to do the heart with the lock from there, and I couldn't get it to do a print and cut for me. For some reason, it wouldn't take the design. It would only come up as black, and I assume it's because I had to make it so small. So that, that being said, and I went ahead and applied it, and I had to cut these edges of this vinyl, and I don't even know the name of this vinyl. It's just a cheap vinyl, but it sticks really well. This stripe here, this piece was vinyl as well. And I'm going to get something to start this on. When you've got miles and miles of crap everywhere, you can't find anything, right? Okay, here we go. Now I've got a starter. And I am just going to lightly put this onto the bottom of this trunk, because like I said, it shouldn't be a straight on edge there. It's as though it sits down into a mossy space. So that's what I'm looking to do here, is just kind of give it a little something to break it up. I don't really want that there. Not that it'll matter much. I can certainly fix all that with the ink. And once this is dry, then I'm going to dab my inks. I may try to paint this in, but I'm not going to try to do that on camera. It's because I'm going to have to be very, very close. Yeah. One thing I do want to say is that I did sand this down. There wasn't a lot to sand. It was just very light sanding, and oopsie poopsie. I think I used like 1200 grit. I used a high grit sandpaper to take down any little ripples or anything. So if you see things like that, it's because, yeah, it hasn't been re-epoxied. I have to spray this yet before I put another layer of epoxy on it, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I don't think it turned out terrible at all. And I really hope that the author likes it. Shout out to Danette Fogarty. Another little thing is she's my sister-in-law. She has authored, I want to say, 32 books at this point. Her books are available on Amazon if you want to go in there and check them out. I will put her website in the description if you want to go check out her website, because I believe books are available on there as well. I could be wrong, but I believe they are. Yeah, she's an avid writer, author, Imagineer. I think I can say that. And this is a book from a 3-book series. But like I said, I will make sure that I put her information down below so that you can check her out if you want to. I know she'd love it. I'd appreciate it. So yeah, the last cups that I did were an inspiration from my niece, and this one from my sister-in-law. So the point of this whole series that I'm doing is we can find inspiration in so many places. I just need to mix a little bit more. I'm just using the same Irish moss and sunshine yellow that I used when I did all this down here. And since that's white, I'm hoping that it's going to come up well enough. I think I need a little more yellow in there. And yes, that's dry already. I guess it would have been smarter of me to check it before I started dabbing it on here. There we go. There we go. And that's not going to bother anything to get it up onto the brown. Whoops. But there is some that wants to come up, so I may have to go over that again. Not the same as acrylic paint, obviously. Yeah, that's going to need a little extra attention. That's okay. There. Just basically getting the color on there. It has taken me much longer than I had anticipated for this. I do have a couple of other videos that I've been working on in the interim, but I'm not ready for those to go up yet. There, let that work its way around in there. I'm okay with that. If we want it to look like it's natural, then that's what it's going to look like. Yeah. There. It may be requiring a couple of more hits, but I think we kind of nailed it. What do you think? It's not as straight. It looks like it may be sitting in moss. Not terrible. Show you the picture one more time so that you can get a better sense of that. Where the heck are we? Right here. You see how it kind of, and it's a little dark and a little light, and so, and I believe that this is meant to be highlighted based on this little glow that's coming from the trunk. So I think we done good, Clyde. When we come back, you will see the completed tumbler. So I'm just going to give you another shot of the back side of this. And yes, it's darker because that's how it shows on the book cover. Something I wasn't aware of because I was looking at it as a screenshot on my phone. Once I printed off the picture, I could see that the back parts of the tree were darker. So that's what we've got. And when we come back, you are going to see this finished and it will be ready to ship off. So stay tuned. We will be back. Remember, no matter where you look, you can find inspiration for your artwork. I thank you for hanging out with me and spending time with me. And until next time, toodles.